I've been in Thailand for 8 years. Best 8 years of my life. I can't even start to explain what this country means to me.
So when you took that tour and you were here for a week at that time, did you already have a feeling that perhaps you could live here?
Not at all. It's so much different than living.
Can you talk to me about that, the difference between coming here to visit versus coming here to live?
You walk through the same street, that's when you feel the warmth of Thai people. They're overwhelmingly nice, that they make you feel like if you're a good person, you're not that good. You know, when you walk around Thailand, like you feel so much warmth. So that feeling is very important to me. Feeling at home, feeling like I'm safe in Thailand, just walking the streets at 2 a.m. That's a great feeling for me. And so you won't experience that just by traveling. You're doing shit all day, you're drenched in sweat because you don't know how to motorbike around, and you're just taking taxis and waiting in traffic all day. So I think living here, you get to engulf yourself in the community and feel that warmth.
Okay. Today I am speaking with Darren Liu from Canada. He is an online fitness coach to celebs and professionals here in Bangkok. He's also the founder of Genius Bar. He is known for his no bullshit approach, sustainable weight loss strategies, and I'm super excited for today's conversation, all about food, fitness, and fatherhood. But babes, how did you get here?
That was an amazing intro.
Thank you. You're an amazing person.
Thank you for having me. How did I get here?
Yes.
Oh, shoot. I guess it started with, I guess we'll talk about straight out of university.
Okay.
I was just living the conveyor belt life, you know, doing what everybody else is doing. Get a job.
Is this in Toronto?
This is in Toronto,
Cool.
sorry. Get a job, save up for retirement, have a family, blah, blah, blah. And so I did that after university. I just jumped from career to career. First one, I tried to sell insurance.
Okay.
And then I tried to sell like large format printing. I was just trying to make a salary.
Right.
Because everybody else has a 9 to 5. So that's just what you're going to do. I guess 10 years flew by, never felt fulfilled. Mm-hmm. You know, nothing really excited me, but this was just how life was supposed to be. I thought I was meant to be a great employee, because I was a great team player. And I was like, this is just what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And then my last job before I moved to Bangkok, I did an Asia tour and I met all my clients in Asia.
Okay.
Yeah, and then one of the stops was Bangkok. And I met one of my clients. We didn't even talk much, but apparently he liked my energy.
Okay.
He liked my personality. And so when I flew back to Toronto, he messaged me. He's like, hey, there's an opening. I'm doing a tech startup. I want you to join my team.
So he poached you.
Yeah, he poached me. I was like, me being a media buyer, internet advertisement, like I don't know shit about that. I know how to manage your account.
Sure.
I know because I'm a people person.
Right.
But I sat in my chair in my office for 15 minutes. I said, you know what, fuck it. I need to see the world. And if this is the opportunity right now,
Cool.
let me do it. So I asked my mom, super close with my parents. I lived with them for 30 years. Mm-hmm. So they're like my best friends. And so I asked for her blessing. She said,
Babes, if you've ever wished that parenting came with a manual, this is it. The CEO Parenting Bundle brings together all 3 of my courses: Parent Like a CEO, Feed Like a CEO, and Managing Tantrums Like a CEO. It's everything you need to build a calm, confident home, one that runs on love and leadership. We focus specifically from pregnancy up to age 5. You will learn how to parent with purpose, feed your family with ease, and manage meltdowns without losing your mind. Think of it as your full reset for your routines, your mindset, and your peace. So if you're ready to lead your family like a CEO, grab the bundle, save a little coin, and start today. Because the home you want isn't a dream, it is a decision.
like, she was kind of sad to
Sure.
let me go, I can see, but she believed in me.
Are you an only child?
I'm the middle of 3 boys.
Okay.
Yeah. So my other 2 brothers, they're successful in their own way, but you know, they're doing that just working full time,
Sure.
family. I'm considered the black sheep of my family because I've always been the one to ask questions and like do shit that's out of the realm
Sure.
of the norm. So this move was in line with, I guess, my belief about
Sure.
life. And so I took the risk. I told my mom, 3 years, Mom, if I don't make anything of myself, I'll move right back.
Okay.
You know, get a job, whatever, start
Yeah.
a family. But in my mind, I knew I wasn't going to come back.
Okay.
I was just like, if I come here, I'm going to do my best to make something of myself.
And how long ago was that?
8 years ago.
Okay.
So I've been in Thailand for 8 years.
8 years.
Best 8 years of my life.
Really?
Yeah, I can't even start to explain what this country means to me now.
So before you moved and took that position, when you had come here, it was just for a week or?
It was for a job. Oh, for the Asia
tour,
trip.
yeah.
Yeah, it was about a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you took that tour and you were here for a week at that time, did you already have a feeling that perhaps you could live here?
Not at all.
Okay.
Because when most people visit Thailand, they're partying.
Right.
You know, they're doing all the touristy shit.
Sure.
It's so much different than living here.
Can you talk to me about that, the difference between coming here to visit versus coming here to live?
Yeah. Like when you go to the same coffee shop every day, when you walk through the same street, that's when you feel the warmth of Thai people.
Okay.
Right? They are overwhelmingly nice, that they make you feel like if you're a good person, you're not that good. You know, when you walk around Thailand, like you feel so much warmth.
Okay.
So that feeling is very important to me. Feeling at home, feeling like I'm safe. I've never had to look over my shoulder once in Thailand, just walking the streets at 2 a.m.
Yes.
And that's a great feeling for me. And so you won't experience that just by traveling here.
Right.
Because when you travel here, you probably have your itinerary is probably like by half hour, right?
Yeah.
You're doing shit all day. You're drenched in sweat because you don't know how to motorbike around, and you're just taking taxis and waiting in traffic all day.
Right.
So I think living here, you get to engulf yourself in the community and feel that warmth that you don't feel when you travel.
And how long were you with this startup?
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So I tried my best.
Yeah.
You know, I tried my best. It fell through. And then I was like, okay, I need to figure out a way to stay here.
Okay.
I love this country. And my wife knew at the time that I wanted to stay here, but she didn't
Were
know
you
how
already
to keep
married?
Me. Not yet. Actually,
Okay.
Not yet. But she wanted to give me something to keep me in Bangkok.
Okay.
So we were just sitting in bed before we go to sleep. She's like, hey, Darren, why don't we open up a bone broth cafe? I was like, what?
Okay.
I was like, we're in Thailand. It's the hottest country on the planet. We're going to serve hot bone broth? She's like, yeah, I've seen it like in North America. It's really popping off. So I was like, all right, let's try. 2 people with no F&B experience, no entrepreneurship experience. We're just on a limb, just like, fuck it, let's do it. So we just started up Genius Bar. We started off as bone broth only.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have this company. I mean, this is super intriguing to me, by the way, because I also got into hospitality with zero experience. And I tell people all the time, you only understand hospitality if you have been in hospitality. Yeah. But I mean, I'm partly jealous because at least it was the 2 of you. But I'm still like, you have this conversation in bed and then you're like, cool, let's bring it, like, let's make it happen in real life. Yeah. And how much does it cost roughly to do that? Is it hard to start business here in Thailand?
Is it hard? I feel like it's easier than in North America. I feel like in North America, you have to jump through a lot of hoops, a lot of like paperwork and things like that. I'm lucky because my wife's mom owns a business already. So she's kind of like knows the laws and stuff. But it was really just my wife and I. Like first we just trying to find a space for it. It was a beautiful space we got. And her strategy was great because we knew a lot of crypto guys who have a lot of money and they live like in Thong Lo.
Okay.
And in this one condo that most of them stay at, she's like, there's a little mall under the condo. Let's just get it there.
Okay.
So these guys will come to our
Amazing.
Restaurant. Yeah. And they did. And we're like great friends with them now. We have a great circle of really successful entrepreneurs and nomads.
Right.
And so like we didn't know what we were doing, but somehow my wife had some intuition.
Amazing.
Yeah. So Genius Bar still there. We've upgraded to having more food.
Okay.
It's really high quality Thai street foodish style.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then does that align with your fitness philosophy? As in, is the food very clean, very healthy?
Yeah, 100%. I eat there twice a day.
Okay.
Luckily for me.
Yes.
But it's to show people that you don't have to sacrifice taste.
Okay.
For high quality nutritious meals.
Right.
Like when people think Thai food, like, oh, it's so oily and unhealthy. Not really. Like a kapow is like beef stir fry with rice and an egg, which is like pretty damn nutritious.
I don't think of Thai food as unhealthy.
Right.
At all.
That's good. But some people do because they think automatically fried stuff equals unhealthy.
Yes, there's definitely a stigma. Whereas I guess in my life, I only really started thinking about food and health when I had kids, right? Like before that, I just ate whatever I wanted to eat. And to be honest, everybody's always like, oh, how do you keep so thin? It's stress. Stress keeps me thin. If I was a stress eater, babes, we'd have a problem, right?
Gotcha.
But so for me, it was always when I'm eating, I want to make sure I'm really enjoying what I'm eating. And I'm lucky that my threshold for like dessert, babe, I never want like a crisp or like biscuits from a shelf. It doesn't do it for me.
Really?
So I don't, people think, oh, you're so disciplined. I don't like it, right? However, you give me some sort of patisserie that's been made with all of the butter, all of the sugar, I am there. And so I think I'm lucky that my like threshold for what I want to eat is quite high, and therefore I don't have to like fight temptation. So when I hear about things being fried, I'm like, as long as the oil is good, I'm down.
Right.
But I do think you're right. People do think fried and they automatically think unhealthy.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
used to be there. I used to be in this echo chamber of like restricting food.
Sure.
You know, seed oils are the worst for you. But if you dive more into the research, which I have, I've changed my stance a lot.
Oh, really? So you're okay with seed oils?
Yes, actually, most of the research actually
Really? This is
says
so interesting.
that it's health promoting.
Really?
Yes, it's crazy to hear, I know. But everything we base our arguments on should be based on human control trial studies,
Sure.
correct? So if we look at the human control studies, they all show actually positive effects.
Really?
It's just that when people keep telling the story of like how it's processed, and
Yeah.
the
I'm one of those people. Like my kids only have avocado oil, olive oil, and butter.
those are quality fats. 100%.
So you're like, I could just be giving them rapeseed and it's fine.
Yes, I think so.
Really?
I think where the issue is, if you're like stir frying and you're using some rapeseed oil,
Sure.
like that's not going to be harmful. If
Okay.
you're going to McDonald's and you're eating the oil that's constantly reused and it's full of trans
Okay.
fats is the harmful
Okay.
fat that you need to avoid or at least limit a lot.
Sure. I
But
feel
in
like
terms-
selfishly, I'm just going into like your food philosophy because I'm like, really?
It's fine, yeah. I'm not saying fry your foods all the time.
Sure.
It makes foods also very calorie dense.
Right.
Right. So if you're eating more calories over time, you're going to gain fat.
You're into counting calories, right?
I am.
Yeah.
I am. And people think, oh, it's so obsessive, right?
Right.
To me, it's like I like gamifying my food so that I can have the ability to manipulate my body and energy levels any way I want.
Okay.
And that comes from food awareness.
Okay.
If you ask like 9 out of 10 of our clients, when they say like, what's the best behavior change that you went through in our program that helped you lose 20 pounds
Sure.
of fat? They're like, you guys taught me how to track my food.
Really?
I'm finally aware of what I'm putting in my body
Yep.
so that I can make smarter choices. That doesn't mean I need to eliminate food.
Sure.
That means I learned how to incorporate this cookie into my total
Sure.
calorie intake so I can enjoy life, not be miserable,
Right.
not feel guilt,
Right.
and still get great results.
I mean, it makes sense when you put. I have a friend who used to write in his notebook when he was being really studious and write everything that he was eating. And we were filming a cooking show together. And so every time he'd take out his little notebook from under the thing and he's like writing the thing that we've just tasted. I'm like, boss man. So I mean, I respect the discipline and I get it. I guess I love maths, you know. But the idea of me being that good, I'm probably just too rogue.
That's fine. Everybody has different goals.
Yeah.
Right? So like if you had a goal, April, you're like, Darren, I want to lose body fat and
Sure.
build muscle.
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, that comes down to math and science.
yeah.
So I will give you the amounts. If
Yep.
you stick to it for months,
It will
you're
work.
going to get there.
And
Right.
if you have an emergency C-section, you have twins, and then you have like a kangaroo flabby pouch, this is completely selfish, just asking for a friend. Can you ever get rid of the flabby kangaroo pouch, or do you just have to accept that your body has changed?
I think it depends on every person.
Okay,
Some people get surgery.
right,
All right. My cousin, who's actually my cousin is black.
okay,
His mother is black.
okay,
So when I tell people we're cousins, they're like, what the hell? And he lives in Bangkok. I moved him here
really?
so that I could give him an opportunity to, he wasn't happy.
Okay.
He was depressed in Toronto.
Okay.
Now he's one of my coaches in my business.
Amazing.
He lost 60 pounds
Oh,
and he looks totally different. He's living a brand new life just by getting in shape.
sure,
And so he has a lot of sag. He
okay,
grew up as the fat kid,
okay,
chubby kid all his life.
yeah,
So he's on the fence, like, do I get operation?
right,
Or do I just keep losing fat to see if it actually goes away?
okay, and
For
the
some
jury's
people it
still
does.
out?
Pardon?
Is the jury still out as to whether he's gonna,
Yeah, he doesn't know yet.
okay.
But
See, like I've thought about this, I'm anti-surgery for me personally. And more so from the perspective of when I raise my kids, I really just want them to love themselves. And I feel like I become a bit hypocritical if I'm like, babe, love yourself exactly as you are. By the way, I just went and got like everything trimmed and tucked. But then I'm also like, oh, it'd be really nice for it to just not be there. Like
Gotcha.
yeah.
It's tough.
It is.
It's tough. I'm lucky to not have to deal with that. But we've had a lot of clients who lost a shit ton of weight, and they do get it tucked.
Yeah.
And because your fat cells, they don't disappear; they just shrink.
Okay.
That's why if you gain a lot of weight,
right,
and you gain more fat cells, they never really go away. They just shrink. Understood. That's why it's really important not to, be too overly fat. That's like the number one marker of poor health is being over fat.
Sure. So we go from opening up the Genius Bar first, bone broth. Then how do we get into fitness? Or are you into fitness at this point?
I've worked out since university, and I played basketball all my life. So it's been incorporated. But I feel like, again, being the black sheep of my family and leading my Chinese basketball team in Toronto, I always felt like I'm a leader somehow. So I was like, how can I lead people? How can I help more people at scale? And so I followed this guy named Dan Go.
Okay.
He's a huge fitness guy online, huge on Twitter at the time. And I was like, I want to do exactly what he's doing.
Ooh.
So I DM'd him cold. I actually played basketball with him in Toronto like 15, 20 years ago. So he knows of me. I said, yo, bro, I love what you're doing. I want to do exactly what you're doing and help clients, lose fat sustainably, get in shape. What is it going to take for you to mentor me? And he's like reluctant, right? He's like, why should I give this guy the keys to the VIP?
Sure.
And he said, all right, $25,000 USD, right? And at that time I had $5,000 to my name.
Right.
So I was like, shit, that's a lot of money. I asked my mom, I'm like, Mom, this is an opportunity for me. It's $25,000.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, can you lend me some money? I'm really passionate about this. I think I can make it work if I just work hard. And I didn't have a plan in mind. I just knew I have to post twice a day, every day for many years, and maybe something will happen.
Hold on. First of all, I have so many questions, right? Yeah. Because when I hear coaches, a lot of people talk about investing in a business coach or a life coach or whatever. And I'm always like a little bit dubious. I'm like, really? Maybe because I have no money. And then you've just come out and be like, yo, I believed in this guy that it was worth me giving him 25K and then without the plan. So my question is, when you thought about giving him the 25K, what were your expectations or your hopes that were going to come out of that investment?
Yeah, so the hope was, which he did deliver, is teach me the whole back end, how to take a client from A to Z in terms of results, and then all the apps and the platforms behind it.
Okay.
Building a course on the back end. So he taught me the back end.
Sure.
But like nobody can do the work for you.
Sure.
So I knew that. I was like, okay, now I got the back end done. I know how to take a client from A to Z. Now what do I need to do? Oh, I need to get more leads.
Right.
How do I get more leads? Oh, I need to start posting nutrition content.
First of all, also big up Momsy for like.
Yeah, big up.
Here
I always give my mom a shout out. Shout out, Mom. Thank you for believing in me. Look at me now. Honestly, I'm sitting with Miss Universe Jamaica.
Like, that's so cool that she was like, this is what you need to do. And also, I always say to people, money for me isn't about like buying things, right? It's about this ability to really help your child, because you can want to help. And I know we're going to get into fatherhood in a minute, but like, you can want to help your child. You can want to support them as much as you know, your dreams and your heart's desire. But ultimately, to be able to be in that position to be like, take this, like hold this, and also not to have pressure along with that. Because, and I go back to like me opening my first restaurant, I said to my dad gave me £75,000, which to open up a restaurant isn't even a lot of money in London, right? But he gives it to me, and I said to him, but what happens if I fail and like this is a shit show? Because I genuinely had no idea what I was doing. I'd never worked in a restaurant. I just came from like a consumer, and I had this vision. I had a Pinterest board. It was like, that was it. And he literally looked to me and he said, if it doesn't work out, we figure out something else. And it was him not like, the conversation was different as you need to make it, these are the targets, I want to see like a return, blah, then I don't think I'd ever have done it.
Gotcha.
But like for him to be like, it's cool you tried, then that gave me the confidence to be like, okay, cool, I can try too, even though I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. And so it's funny because I say this out loud and then I shouldn't be as surprised about the 25K. But at the time I just heard, you're giving a man 25K. But you must have known deep within yourself at that point that you were gonna make it happen.
It's tough to say. It's like, I'm a type of guy who doesn't, I don't have like a 5-year goal.
Okay.
Right? I have a mentality, put your head down, do the work. Even if you have a good month, put your head down, do the work. If you have a bad month, put your hand and do the work. And then you do that for many years, and then a couple reels pop off. Okay. You get 100,000 followers from one reel.
Really?
Yeah, it was a mobility follow along reel that I did during COVID. It took me 15 minutes to film, maybe 10 minutes to edit.
Sure.
And it freaking blew up. 100,000 followers.
Shut up.
And that kind of shot me to a whole nother level in terms of business.
So you were posting twice a day. I think you said for like 6 years you were posting twice a day. Like that is, again, another level of dedication that I think a lot of times people don't appreciate. I have such a love-hate relationship with social media. Yeah. I started taking it really seriously probably about 18 months ago because I was doing television shows that I thought were gonna like help with the promotion of things. And then I'd go, and you're like doing proper TV, like on proper channels, not like, oh, something in your backyard, right? And nothing really happens after that. And I realized that I'd go to meetings with TV commissioners and they'd bring up my Instagram in the meeting and there was like less than 2,000 followers. They're like, what are you doing? You know, you say you want to publish a cookbook. The first thing people are asking you is how many followers do you have? And so I had to kind of just change my thoughts, which were, I want to live in the now. Like I love real time, real conversation. And the idea of constantly like filming and recording things isn't like my comfort zone. I actually find it quite annoying. And also the idea that we're kind of living in a popularity contest also was weird to me. But then at the same time, I appreciated that if I wanted to achieve certain things and this was the way I needed to do it, then it's irrelevant how I feel. Right? Like you just have to treat it like another part of your job. And I used to joke and say that my social media shift started 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. because I don't have any gadgets around my kids. So I put them to bed at 7, then 7 to 10, I was running my restaurant and studying for a law degree. So 10 to 2 was social media time. And the reason I bring that up is because another chef called me once and they're like, April, your followers, that you're really doing this social media thing. I said, babes, it's like no joke out here, right? And the point is that they never took the advice. Like they never started posting regularly. And I think a lot of people, it's easy to look at you and see your account doing really well and see growth and not appreciate like 2 times. Honestly, when I saw that, I called my brethren. I said, I'm complaining of like 75,000 followers. Babes, I have work to do. Like I need to get up to this 2 time. I haven't got there yet, but I just want to say like I read it and I was like deeply inspired by the fact that there is still more. Even when we think we're doing, it's really nice to be around someone. I'm not even around you. I read it on a piece of paper, but I felt the energy like, my girl, you need to step up. And I wonder if in Bangkok, is that a general energy? Because some places, for example, in London, I don't think people share as much of that go-getter energy, right? Like I lived in New York and that was a thing. If you said you wanted to do something, some people are like, oh, I have a friend that you should speak to. And they're happy to make those links in a way that I don't think London does. And I'm wondering, living in Bangkok, do you feel like there's a bounce off energy, like let's rise together? Or do you have to kind of find your own way?
Good question. Personally, I do feel it's a bounce back energy.
Okay.
Because everybody here, especially living in like this area, all the nomads, everybody's a black sheep of their own family. And we have all kind of congregated in this area. Everyone's just trying to make something of themselves.
Sure.
And so with my circle, I'm very blessed, but we always share ideas. We're always rooting for each other. And so there is this communal feel of like, if you win, everybody wins. Yeah. Right? I think the best way to stay poor is to believe that your success is why I can't be successful.
Yes, the crab in a barrel mentality, 100%.
Yeah, so this circle that I'm in, and again, it started from that
bone broth,
where my wife picked the location.
Yes.
And all these people that used to come to our restaurant, like they're always sharing, like even the best trades in crypto, but also other things. And now I'm the fitness guy of their group. Okay. And so I've established myself as that person, and so I feel really great that I can help these people who grind their ass off, but put their health in the back burner, that I can help them with their fitness. So I'm also contributing to, I guess, that communal upgrade that we're
Yeah.
trying to do together here.
Do you think it's easier to position yourself and find a lane in Bangkok than it would have been perhaps in Canada?
I think so. Yeah, I think so because I feel like in Canada, there are not many people that would understand what I'm trying to do,
Okay.
right? I think if you do too many things off the path that everybody else is following, you're kind of like weird or like you're trying too hard.
Okay.
Yeah. Not that I ever felt that, but I just felt like you're less inclined to take more risks because everybody's just on this one line.
Sure.
Right? But here it's like, oh, anything goes, dude.
You're right.
Anything you want, you just ask like, oh, do you know this person that can build websites? Oh yeah, I got this guy here.
Cool.
There's like a resource for everything here.
Right.
So my potential in Bangkok, I feel, is like super high. It's like unlimited with the people around me.
And so with the restaurant, do you and your wife still run that together?
She's come off of it. It's
Okay.
really stressful for
Okay.
her. She hates when she reads customer complaints. Not that there's a lot, but when there's one, it's
Sure.
like it really hurts her because
Sure.
it's her baby.
Right.
So she's gonna do her own thing. She's really into oral products
Okay.
like mouthwash and toothpaste. She really does a lot of research on that.
Is
Like,
that why you have good teeth?
do I have good teeth? I did
Yeah.
Invisalign. That shit helps so much, by the way. Because when I look back at my videos when I didn't have Invisalign, it
Okay.
makes a big difference.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, if you want to structure your jaw a little bit and fix your smile, Invisalign's probably the way.
It's funny as you say about jaw. I read that younger people, our jaws aren't as defined anymore because we're eating so many ultra processed foods that are soft in texture that back in the day you were chewing and you were crunching things. And I was like, oh my gosh, best believe I packed some extra crunchy carrots for my babies. I was like, we are giving you a jawline, babes.
Yeah, makes sense. Actually, it makes sense.
But it's so funny how like our food and lifestyle is really changing us in a way that I think most people like take for granted. I saw in one of your videos where you're saying that all food is good food.
I think I said all food is food and there's no such thing as a good or bad food.
Bad food, thank you.
Yeah.
Right. We really believe this?
Yeah, I do.
We really believe that there's no such thing as bad food.
I absolutely believe that. Because, what would you consider a bad food?
So the way I think of this is probably good, is that whilst I don't believe in demonizing food, because I don't think that's particularly helpful, and one thing I will also say in terms of being online and talking about how I feed my kids, I, first of all, have zero nutritional knowledge, okay? I literally come from like a logical perspective. And this idea that we have picky eaters and we almost expect our children to be picky eaters, I think is a little bit strange. Granted, I appreciate there are like children with additional needs and like they're out of the spectrum. But in terms of the norm, I think that we are really a product of our environment. And so if we start off eating veggies with our kids, I find it really hard to comprehend why your child wouldn't eat the vegetables, right?
Gotcha.
And every time I feed my kids, people are like, they're eating beetroot? But of course they are, because I eat beetroot, so they eat beetroot. And we do live in a real tight bubble. My kids don't go to daycare, so it makes it easier because we don't have like external. Their friend Lucy isn't like refusing broccoli in front of them, you know, so they still love the broccoli.
Yeah.
And so when I think of how I feed my children, I do not equate a packet of biscuits to beetroot hummus.
Of course not.
To me, I would prefer my child to eat the beetroot hummus. So people like to come at me online all the time and tell me I'm abusing my children. And because they still don't eat any added refined sugar, they will, by the way, I'm just waiting. They think that I'm kind of saying this good food, bad food thing. And in my mind, I think of their eating along with their development. So for example, I never used to eat anything that they couldn't eat in front of them, right? When they turned about like 3.5, 4, granted, it was me traveling a lot more with them by myself. I then had to explain to them, for example, I have a coffee, but it's work. Like I'm having a coffee and I'm an adult, so I can handle the caffeine. And I tell them boom, 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 boom with your heart, right? And like you make it explainable for them. Or they went to the dentist recently and the dentist goes, oh, how are they with the fizzy drinks? I was like, my kids don't drink fizzy drinks. She's like, no, okay, how are they with the sweets? I was like, no, they don't have sweets. And she goes, oh, well, lo and behold, their teeth are perfect, right? Because in the UK, like sweets and the culture of treats and stuff, it's a serious thing. And I think when you're a foreigner, looking in on culture, you see things that perhaps you wouldn't see if that was just your norm. So when I see how much people eat bread, and not good quality bread, I'm talking like supermarket shitty ass bread, right? They're eating toast in the morning with jam. They're eating a sandwich for lunch, and the proportion of bread to protein, I'm like, where's the meat, yo? And then for dinner, you're having like some pasta with some red sauce. You've had no protein today. 100%. And so in my mind, I'm like, we kind of need to think about food more from a, what are you feeding yourself to like feed your body and grow your little child, for example. And if we thought about it that way, rather than, oh, my childhood like favorite biscuit was a, I don't know, Jammy Dodger. Then because we've attached that emotion to that biscuit, and then we're trying to let our children relive our childhood in a positive way. But unfortunately, now 1 every 10 minutes, a child is having their tooth taken out at the hospital. So clearly something has gone wrong. So I do find this conversation really interesting about how we think of food.
Yeah. I wanted to let you finish because I 100% agree with you.
Okay.
Yeah. For children and adults, I think it's different.
Thank you.
Yeah. So if it was up to me, my daughter would eat everything I'm eating.
Okay.
Right? Which for the most part she does. My wife is on board for most things.
Cool.
But I've tried to, before we had kids, I tried to inject my values into her.
Sure.
And it really, it wasn't the right way to lead by example. It was like, I was in this very restrictive dieting mindset, by the way, like hardcore keto. 5 years ago, very restrictive eating.
That's very protein-led keto?
No, it's low carb-led.
Okay.
And only eat protein and fats.
Okay.
Right? It's because you want to be in ketosis, and that's the best way to burn fat, which is absolutely not true.
Okay, cool.
So at that time, I was really preachy to my wife, and it distanced us a lot. And so now we're in a place I'm a lot better. I'm more about balance, and so my wife is doesn't eat the same way as me in the house. She does have sweets. She does have snacks lying around, so like I cannot prevent my baby from eating those once in a while.
Sure.
And it does bother me sometimes, admittingly. Like, yeah, like if she's gonna eat snacks in between meals, she's not gonna eat her whole food meal, and that makes me feel some type of way.
Sure.
Because I want her to eat protein. She is becoming a picky eater.
Okay.
Right. No matter how many vegetables and fruits that we put in front of her, she likes to choose the process sometimes. Plus, grandma comes. Thai grandmas, they're not really nutritionally knowledgeable either. They just eat kanom, which is snacks and dessert.
Yes.
And so like,
and it's also love, right?
Yeah. So like, what am I gonna say as a foreigner? But I'm completely with you in terms of development. My wife's on board with making sure she eats enough protein.
Cool.
More vegetables, fruit, before the snacks.
Sure.
And so I'm in this internal battle, like trying to battle from like being nitpicky with being a more disciplinary dad. Because I am the disciplinary dad in the house.
Okay.
I think if I wasn't there, all hell would break loose. She would just be eating like whatever the fuck she wants. So yeah, I 100% agree with you.
Cool.
When I'm talking about good or bad foods for adults.
Okay.
Yeah, adults is different because a lot of adults still have very unhealthy relationships with food. And this is the primary reason why they can't get in shape.
Sure.
Because they will restrict that biscuit for 3 weeks because, they're being told that biscuits are bad for you. They're going to be fat. And all they think about is biscuits.
It's the biscuit.
And the employee brings in a fresh, hot batch of biscuits and the
wild.
willpower goes out and you say, fuck it, I'll just have one. Okay, I'll just have two.
Yes.
And then maybe you sneak 5 in the bathroom because you feel bad.
Sure.
And then you feel bad, you feel guilt and shame. And then you restrict, maybe you skip dinner that night. Maybe you do 2 hours of cardio. And then you keep losing the same 10 pounds and gaining the same 10 pounds over again because you're binging, restricting. So for adults, I think to stop calling foods good or bad and to look at the overall diet is better. So 10 to 20% of your diet can be processed food. If most of it's whole food, while you control calories, you can lose fat consistently without being miserable and without feeling guilt around food.
Cool.
Yeah.
That makes complete sense to me. I'm glad that we had this conversation.
But I'm with you with the children development. I would love, in the perfect world, that my daughter ate only whole foods.
Cool.
But in our environment, it's just tough. You gotta roll with the punches.
Yeah, 100%. In terms of, before we get to fatherhood, because I'm very excited to talk to you about this, you met your wife here in Bangkok?
Tinder.
You met her on Tinder.
Tinder success story.
So I have another Tinder success story that I spoke to someone about, and he's from the States. And someone told him when he was here just having a little midlife crisis, and a German guy tells him to go on Tinder, and he's like, yo, I'm grown, I'm not going on Tinder, like I'm a big man. And he's like, no, Tinder in Bangkok is not like Tinder in the States. And now you're telling me this too, that you're a Tinder success story.
Yeah. It was just two people looking for like friends.
Really?
I mean, if it came to something else and there was like sexual activity involved, cool. But like for my wife, like I really loved our first date. It was like just a casual coffee date. And then we saw each other many times, and it was very casual, just like friendship first. And then it became something.
And this is shortly after you started with the startup?
2 months after moving to Bangkok.
Really?
Yeah. So I was on the fence, like, do I commit to this girl? Do I, live that fun Bangkok life that everybody's talking about and trying to run a train? But I think I made the right choice.
Oh, that's amazing. Do you think from other people, because I appreciate you got in there quick and fast and the rest is done, but do you think dating in Bangkok is difficult because people are on the like high life fantasy lifestyle, or is it like you're easy to find people too?
Yeah, I always say I think I would hate to date in this era.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's too many options and there's too much accessibility to people. Like you can message somebody on 10 different platforms now.
Sure.
And the pretty girls are getting flooded with DMs.
Right.
So if you DM a girl, you're just another guy trying to get in, right? But I think, what was the question?
If it's hard to date for serious relationship potential in Bangkok?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely harder. Again, for guys, there's just too many options. But not all guys are out there partying.
Sure.
Some guys are trying to build a business. They're focusing on their health. So where do you find these guys? Probably in the gym. Probably at a coffee shop.
Sure.
Yeah. If I were single, I would probably approach or talk to people in the fitness community.
Sure.
Rarely ever at a club.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that every girl at the club is not quality, but the chances are slimmer, I think.
No, for sure. Sure. When you came to Bangkok to live, was there anything that really struck you, like culturally, that you weren't expecting?
I think it still comes down to the warmth of people. You don't experience that much anywhere else in the world. Maybe the Philippines. To Jamaica? Oh, yeah. Probably Jamaica too. How do you feel? Sorry. to ask you the same question. How long have you been here so far?
So this is my 4th trip here this year, but I've never stayed here beyond a month.
Do you feel warmth though?
Oh, 100%. And I was really taken aback by it in the sense that, so as a Black person, when you travel, one of the things that you think about, I think, not that I'm trying to speak for the entire Black race, but you do wonder, how are you going to be received? And previously I'd spent quite a lot of time in Vietnam. And what I found quite interesting is that I was there in August and people were dressed like head to toe covered, and it was super hot. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Why is everybody dressed like this? And they said to me, one of the worst things you could say to a Vietnamese lady is, oh, you have beautiful dark skin, right? Oh. And so there's this idea that you're trying to stay as light as possible. Again, it's more complex than just black and white. It's what job do you have? Are you like working outside in fields versus, an office corporate job? So I appreciate there's a lot of dynamics going on, but I realized that although they had this internal judgment, that judgment didn't necessarily extend to me because I'm clearly not Vietnamese, right? Like, so there's an appreciation that you're already othered. So our like internal rules of how we judge class and race and these types of things don't necessarily extend to you as someone who's just with your cute kids. And my kids are like United Colors of Benetton. So I do think that changes how we're received as well. Yeah. One twin is blonde and the other has really dark Asian hair. Cool. So there's a lot going on.
Natural blonde hair?
Yes. What? People ask me if I dyed her hair blonde.
That's great.
So, and she has like more light brown, hazily eyes. But they're very mixed. So I think that also impacts how we're received. However, when I came to Thailand, I appreciated the warmth. I'm probably still on tourist level warmth,
yeah.
you know, but it definitely struck me. It struck me that you try to tip people and they don't want it, yet you're going to go and find hair clips to put in my baby's hair. Right. And for me, if you are kind and loving to my children, babe, it's game over. I'm like, you can take everything. Like, because I really want my girls to live in a culture that loves them. Because I grew up in Jamaica thinking I could be anything, honestly. And someone asked me at Bloomberg's head office in London, and he's a venture capitalist. Suit is like tailored to the T, more money than I could ever afford on just like his little cufflink. And he said to me, how are you so confident? And I hadn't really thought about it, right? Because you just are who you are. And I realized it was growing up in Jamaica where everybody acknowledged me, everybody saw me, played with me, and just made me feel amazing. And I look at how people are raised in London, for example, where my kids used to wave and blow kisses all the time and people would ignore them. And I doubt that you could really be as confident growing up in an environment that kind of ignored you whilst you're growing up. And so what I love about Thailand is that there's a true love for children. Right? And I think that you have to be a better person having grown up with strangers just loving on you for no reason.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because my daughter is going to have the biggest ego. Because
she's so cute.
Exactly. But everybody tells her. And like, she's getting so sassy now.
I love it.
Like my wife bought her like hair extensions that are colored.
Yes.
She's like flicking it around. She's 2.5, and she's like,
love it.
Daddy, so am I? Like, am I beautiful?
No.
Yeah. And everybody on the street just showers her in compliments, which I love. But sooner or later, I'll sit down with her and be like, you know, your heart is beautiful too. It's not just,
and your hair.
It's not just your outside look, you know. It's like, you know, what's inside.
Sure.
So that's my job later on to teacher.
Yeah, that's so sweet. But in terms of raising children here, when you came, did you always, and started to get settled, I appreciate in the beginning, there's a lot of moving pieces, but you know, when you met your wife and you start thinking about families, did you always feel that Bangkok could be the place to raise your kids?
Yes, definitely. Again, the warmth, the opportunities, meaning like any activity you want to do, you got everything in Bangkok.
Sure.
Also, something that really surprised me about Bangkok is from the outside, you know, it looks like a third world country. Inside, you go to the malls, they're like small mini cities, right? They are robust. It's much more developed than I ever expected it to be. But yeah, so much opportunity, great schools, great educations here. I have a lot of friends who are teachers. So, you know, they rave about the school system. And again, safety. Safety is a big part of, I think, raising children.
Yes.
Right? And so, yeah, I never thought, moving here, never thought I would have children initially. I was good either or. I knew I would be a great dad, but, you know.
Why?
Because of how much love I was raised with my parents. Because, yeah, I'm so blessed. Like, we were showered with love. My dad doesn't speak much, but he just led by example. He just didn't say anything, did the chores, cooked for us, picked us up wherever we wanted. And my mom was more of the, taking us to church every Sunday, teaching us to love each other. So I knew I would exhibit the same qualities to my offspring. And I think it shows a lot now. So I never had any doubt that I would actually be a good dad, but damn, you learn so damn much. Like the amount of lessons I've learned in the last 2.5 years raising a kid surpasses anything I've ever learned in school, with other relationships. Like, your kids will teach you so much. Yeah.
What's one of the best things that your daughters taught you?
Slow down. Right? I never push my daughter to move faster.
My kids do not know what rushing means, right? Like, that's why my was so hard, because again, like, I overthink, right? Like, overthink, not in a like negative way, but it allows me to truly constantly keep myself in check and analyze what I like and don't like. And so if I see things that I don't like, it's not about the person, I don't even know you, but it just allows me to know my own feelings. And I think we naturally rush, right? Like at least in UK, the States, like this kind of Western culture, it's a very rushing thing, to the point where my daughter was trying to put the hotel key in the door and she wasn't getting frustrated. And other adults in the room are getting frustrated because, oh, I just need to go in. I'm like, it's cool. We're not rushing to go inside. The fact that she's not getting frustrated to me is a great thing, because she's still wants to persevere and keep trying. And eventually after the 52nd time, baby got it done, right? And I realized that we've created this kind of slow moving, slow paced approach that really works, and you realize how negative rushing could be, right? Again, because they don't go to daycare, I never have to wake you up to rush to like go to daycare. Although I would not mind a lie-in. They don't understand lying in either. They wake up on the dot all the time. But I only speak French to my kids, and I'm not French, right? So I study French to speak French to them. But the reason that's relevant is because that automatically slows me down,
Right.
because I have to translate everything. And at the time, I just wanted my kids to be bilingual, but I realized how me having to process the words and like make them into a foreign language means that like I can't ever say anything off the cuff or say anything that's really negative. First of all, I probably don't have the vocab.
Yeah.
And secondly, because of the speed at which I'm processing, it means that I'm more intentional with my words in a way that I think is a really good thing. And I always say my kids have yet to have a tantrum, touch wood, maybe they'll have like late teenage ones. But I do think a part of that is allowing the pace to be like a lot slower.
Yeah, I feel you. What was the look on your daughter's face after she figured out the lock?
She was very happy.
Right?
Right.
That's
and
what it's all
she
about.
loves being able to have the opportunity to do.
And they don't know it yet unless you let them. But if you're like, come on, and you just do it yourself. It's
Yes.
like you just ruined the lesson.
Oh, 100%. And I saw this interview, this lady said that confidence comes from competence. And when in a world where we're constantly doing everything for our children, they don't get to build that like internal confidence. And I was like, oh my God. First of all, I love an alliteration. And secondly, that makes so much sense. What do you think is the hardest thing about being a dad?
Figuring out your new priorities. And it's for me, I'm a builder. I need to build things. I've built everything from scratch, like from IKEA, like growing up. So I love building stuff. So now that I'm trying to build my business and scale it up, I always have this decision to make while I'm working, because I look at the camera, like the CCTV from my house. It's like I want to just go home and spend time with her, but I also need to build my business.
Yes.
And so I'm always at a crossroads, and 8 times out of 10, I would choose just to go home and play with her. It's tough. It's a tough decision because I guess you forego making a little bit more money, but the trade-off is so worth it, because you only have so many years where she wants you to be around her, and she thinks you're the coolest dude in the world. So that balance is a challenge to me, but I don't regret any of the time I spend with her. And it almost looks like from the outside that I'm a stay-at-home dad. That I'm the one that's like, with her like 24/7, when actually I have 3 businesses that I need to run. But I'm lucky that I built my business before I had a baby, where it's quite sustainable, where I don't need to be, hands-on all the time. So again, God gave me this great blessing of this timeline of my life where it all worked out, where I could spend more time with my family. So I guess the biggest challenge is like the choice between, do I work on my business or do I spend time? Because then it's also stressful when I'm with my child. I'm thinking about my business. It's like there's so much work I need to do, but I'm trying to be present with her, right? And then maybe your stress comes off like with her, and it's like that's the challenge in my opinion. But it's a great challenge. It's like developing my character as well as a dad.
Do you think that so your wife is Thai?
Yes.
All her family is here?
Yes, maybe in like Chonburi, 2 hours away.
Are there anything that is difficult or not necessarily challenging, but different in the way that you kind of run your family life because you're not Thai?
Yeah, a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I think in Thai culture, there's not much structure,
Okay.
like meals wise, and like fitness is not really intertwined in their
Okay.
lives. And so I think that is a huge difference. So I'm trying to balance myself in terms of that. Other than that, no, I don't. That's the only thing. It's
Yeah.
probably like the structure of meals. And they're just like, they just live minute by minute.
Sure.
But if that's what it feels like to me.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I have to be the disciplinary dad there and make sure that she's eating well when we're traveling to visit the family,
Sure.
or else she's going to be, just munching on durian chips all day, which are bomb, by the way. And my daughter loves durian chips. But yeah.
And you speak Thai?
I have a tutor. I'm learning.
Oh, really?
I procrastinate so much, but I love this country so much that I feel like I'm indebted to it, that I should learn the Thai language to, like, when I go to the sauna and there's like old men in there, I want to know what they're talking about. Like, I want to hear their stories because they're probably so interesting.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm missing out on so much. And so, yeah, I have one like 4 days a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your daughter speaks both Thai and English?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's great at both.
Isn't it amazing how like children just switch?
Dude, at 2.5, she'll say things in Thai and I don't know. I'll
It's
be like,
deep.
I'm like, babe, like, what's that in English? And she'll tell me what it is in
Yes.
English. And I was like, how the fuck?
It's so real. So my kids, their first language is French, which again, people try and like figure out. I'm like, don't try and figure it out. You're trying.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, their dad's French. No, babes, no one else in this thing is French. Like, it's just random. But what is so interesting is, and I love it for them, they will never need to like pause to translate. They will literally talk to you in English, turn to me in French, and not skip a beat. And I'm just like, adults are actually the problem in the world, because these kids are just so fluid and so much to like learn from. Also them not caring about making a mistake, and then it's like, okay, cool, that was wrong, and I'll just put it in right the next time. Whereas I feel like a part of us having challenges with languages, I say us as adults, is that we don't want to say it wrong, or you don't want to sound awkward or whatever. And I think, one, I have no choice because I've committed to this line, but also seeing that they don't care makes me realize it doesn't matter. Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter if you say it wrong, and they love to correct me, which again, I love for them in terms of like allowing them to know you can always put me in check too. Just respectfully, you don't have to make it look so bad. But the language, I find like, and I think I'm pretty good at languages, but all I've got down here is thank you, hello. I think yesterday I learned goodbye. But yeah, I imagine that learning the language means that you also get to experience the country in a very different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, you get to eavesdrop too. Like, they talking about me? I finally know if they're talking about me or not.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But do you think there are any major misconceptions about living in Bangkok? I feel like everyone's trying to live here now.
Yeah, for good reason. I'm trying to
Keep them
not
up.
hype it up so much. Like, yo, stay home. Well, it's too packed here already.
The traffic here is mental.
It's insane.
I've never seen traffic like this.
Yeah, you'll learn how to navigate it.
Okay.
Are you okay riding on the back of a motorbike?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll have a hard time.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the question?
I was saying, are there any major misconceptions?
Oh, misconceptions. Yeah. That Thailand is all about girls partying and drugs.
Okay.
Right? Because when most guys particularly go to Thailand, like, their girlfriend's like, yeah, I know what you're up to. But it's not all that. Whatever life you choose to live, I feel like Bangkok is the real land of opportunity. Like, you can do anything you want. And you have all the resources at hand. So I think that's a big misconception. Also that, it's a poor third world country.
Okay.
But you go to the malls, it's like, dude, it's insane. It's like the craziest, most developed mall culture I've ever seen, maybe next to like China or something. But yeah, 2 misconceptions. I wish people knew that Thailand was a lot more wholesome than just partying and raves. And that also doing all the tourist shit, it's like, yeah, it's fun and tiring, but there's so much other deep culture that's...
What should we be doing when you want to get beyond the like tick boxing exercises?
Yeah.
What should we be doing?
Look up like coffee shops in small little areas. Like, go to each, maybe stay 1 or 2 days in each like area. You can go to Saton.
Okay.
You can go across the river or near the river. You can go to more upscale like Tonglo, Ekamai. Like that's what I would recommend to my friends.
Cool.
And the food is like top in the world.
In terms of the distance and you being far away from home, I can feel how much you love Bangkok. Are there ever moments where you're like, damn, my mom's not down the road? Because you also speak of so much love with your parents, and I wonder how you balance that, especially when you become a dad. Like for me, I don't have a mother in my life, so I didn't have like this, or what would my mother do thing. But I was definitely blessed that my sister and my dad were in my space at that time. And I just wondered how being so far away has kind of changed your journey.
I can understand how my mom feels a little bit now when she let me go. Now that I have one, it's like, dude, like your own child that you've lived with, that you've raised and fed, sheltered for 30 years, just goes off on their own. But that's one thing that I can feel. Yeah, second thing is my parents are aging, obviously. I'm lucky that they listen to my advice.
Okay.
They're walking like 10,000 steps a day, putting more protein on the plate. My mom lost like 25 pounds just by listening to me. Yeah, she did track her food. She's going to the gym 3 times a week. She's doing a lot. My dad, on the other hand, I want to be there with him to kind of push him to train a little bit. Sure. Because I can tell he's becoming a little bit frail. Okay. And I know how much he loves his grandchildren. And I'm like, Dad, like if you really want to be there for Saya for 20 more years, like 3 hours of uncomfortable shit in the gym's really gonna go a long way. But he's so like, passive, like, I'm okay, I'm okay. So that is something that I miss and that I wish I was there for, is to kind of just like care for my parents. But, they have 2 boys there too. We talk pretty often and I know they're listening to me. And so, yeah, it's a tough thing to think about your parents aging, but, you got to make tough choices. And they're seeing me grow here, and they're super happy for me, and they don't want me to come back.
Oh, really?
Because they see how much I've grown, right? They're like, yeah, don't come back. Like you're fucking, doing a lot of stuff there, meeting a lot of great people. You're becoming like something out there. So like, just run free. And again, I'm so excited to instill this into my daughter as well. That confidence that she can literally do anything, and I have her. She has my support.
To do that.
Yeah, whatever it is. Like I used to, like growing up, I was like, I'm gonna have a baby boy. I'm gonna train that little boy to be the best basketball player ever, to be super athletic. But my daughter's so damn girly. Like she loves putting on like play makeup and like doing her hair. I was like, yeah, whatever you want to do, I'll support you as long as you have confidence. Sure. If you want to be, makeup TikTok influencer, I guess.
At least you can tell her the discipline, babes. Twice a day, keep it moving.
Yeah, as long as you learn that and you don't give up and you follow your dream, I'll support you. Yeah. Because that's the best way they will learn, right? Sure. I thought I was a dumbass my whole life because I got really bad grades in school. Okay. It's because I didn't like learning the way they taught me. Sure. Memorize, copy, paste, formulas. I didn't learn. So I really thought I was dumb growing up. Okay. Until I started like, basketball. I got really good at basketball. I know how to put the steps in to develop as a better basketball player. I know what work is required, how many hours required to get here. So yeah, building this business, I learned a lot from basketball. Okay. Yeah, like just grind. Do you think that your discipline, because I get the counting, and the fact that you like formulas and understanding where you want to get to, what exactly it takes to get there. Do you think that helps a lot in your style of parenting? Because I feel like retrospectively that my team at my restaurants, they were like my children for a lot of the part of my life, right? And I felt that I had got all of this practice in getting the best out of my team, because they weren't with me for the money. I couldn't compete with like the big boys and salaries. So I needed to make sure that we had a culture that they wanted to like stay in. Like one of my chefs was with me for about 6.5 years, and she just called me last weekend. But I feel like that was practice that I didn't even know I was getting. But now that I have children, I realize where similar strategies, right? Like you can't just go and shout at your team. That makes no sense. They're not going to come and want to work for you, in the same way that I wouldn't advise that parents just shout at their kids, because you're not necessarily going to get the best out of them. And I just wondered if the discipline that you clearly applied to sport and then later on to business, has that influenced your style of parenting? Yes, I think in the sense of managing my emotions,
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah.
Because again, you cannot be emotional about the work.
Yes.
You don't feel like doing your social media every day, do
Sure.
you? You don't.
I hate it.
You hate it. But you know that nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares how you feel about doing the
Really,
work.
nobody cares.
Yeah, I have a shirt that I printed that says "No one cares."
Literally.
It's really on brand. I tell all my clients that. I'm like, you don't feel like going to the gym today? Are you injured? No. Like, are you tired? A little bit? Yeah, like nobody cares.
cares.
The person that cares the least is version 2.0 of you 1 year from now. That person requires you to do the work today, even though you don't feel like it.
Yes.
And so with my daughter, yeah, like when she has a tantrum, which are not many, but I actually like when she has tantrums because it's a challenge for me.
Okay.
The challenge is how calm can I stay in this very stressful situation?
Yes.
That's my challenge. Because if I'm calm, you cannot reason with a child when they have a tantrum. Words do not process. Instructions
Sure.
are not processed. She's just, engulfed with emotions.
Yes.
So the best thing you can do as a parent is just like sit there calmly and just like hold her hands, just like let her cry. And when she's ready to give you a hug, maybe it doesn't happen for 40 minutes, but you just have to stay calm in that situation. Yeah. And so basketball's taught me that. The gym and lifting heavy weights has taught me that. The grind of trying to build a business has taught me to manage my emotions. Yeah, that definitely is a translation into how I parent now, for sure.
Do you think the discipline also helps you live in a foreign country? Because I think sometimes, and I had to catch even myself, like you go back home and something is different, right? Like it works differently to wherever the hell you've been. And my first reaction is always like, oh, why is it like working? Why is it taking this long or whatever it is? And my second thought is actually, like, this is how it is supposed to be here. And you're bringing your foreign mentality back home and you're the problem, right? Like, and I have to have this dialogue with actually live where you are, you know? And I wonder if you have any of those moments here in Bangkok.
Yeah, I love that. I'm gonna get that tattooed actually. IIWII. Can you guess what that is?
IIWII. Are we Roman numerals?
No, it's an acronym. So it's a phrase.
Tell me.
It is what it is.
My sister says that to me all the time. And I have such problems.
I think it's so great. I'm gonna get it right here.
It is what it is.
So in the
Someone told me yesterday, sabai sabai.
Sabai sabai.
Sabai sabai.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love that. So yeah.
You have a pretty it is what it is energy. I'm working on mine. I do not have it is what it is energy.
That's fine.
It's so, and honestly, I believe in it. Like as a concept, I'm with you, babes. But in real life, I find it so hard sometimes to just.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thailand will teach you that.
Yes.
Sabai, sabai. Don't worry about it. Like things will figure themselves out.
Yeah.
If they don't work out, what is the lesson in it?
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah. We need to channel that.
Yeah.
We meaning I.
We all do. For sure.
You have quite calming energy anyway, so I'll definitely be like, I need to do the work on that one.
That comes from it is what it is.
Yeah.
People say I'm calm all the time. Yeah, because like if shit hits the fan, shit hit the fan. And what are you gonna do about it? And what can you control?
Yeah.
If you can't control what happened in the past, then you just stop thinking about it. You just figure out the solution, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
It is what it is. No. Is there anything that you would want to say for someone who's considering a move? Not necessarily here, but just anywhere in the world. I feel like at this point in our lives, so many people are thinking whether their current environment is really serving them. But I think also I take it for granted, like jumping on a plane. My first flight, I was 6 weeks, right? So I was born in the UK. Yeah. 6 weeks, I'm in Jamaica. And I've lived in a few countries. And I think it's only when I speak to other people that I realize not everybody has grown up where they think the world is accessible to them. And I can kind of take it for granted that people have an internal fear or just some sort of just trepidation maybe that doesn't make them take the big leap to go somewhere. And I just wondered, what would you say to that person who's thinking, maybe I should move?
The comfort zone is the deadliest place in the world, right? I guess my question would be, what do you have to lose? And it's a real question, like write down.
Yeah.
Like if you moved to abroad for 6 months, what do you have to lose? Yeah, maybe some money.
Sure.
Maybe a job opportunity that you probably don't even love. Your friends will not forget about you. Your family's not going to forget about you. If there's not that much to lose, what is there to gain? Then it's hard for people to see what there is to gain because
Until
it's
you've
unknown.
lived it, yeah.
It's uncomfortable to be like, what if this happens? What if I don't make friends? What, if I don't find my way? But like, what if you do? What if you find new amazing friends? What if you find your love of your life here? What if you experience a whole new culture that you've never really seen of the world before? And then taking that risk made you take other risks.
Sure.
Because what's the worst that can happen? That you end up in the same place you are now.
Sure.
That's literally the worst thing that can happen.
That you just start.
That you just go back to wherever you're at now.
Yep.
And if wherever you're at now is not fulfilling your heart and you feel like there's something missing, then what is there to lose? That's pretty much what I asked myself in Canada. Like, I come back, my family's here. I can get a job. I'm bright. I know people. So like, what's there to lose? And there's so much damn to gain. But I'm not saying it wasn't scary.
Sure.
It's scary. But if you're ever at the crossroads and you're thinking about moving, there are two paths in life, right, April? There's the easy path and there's the path that tells the better story. Always choose the one that will tell the better story. And that path is hard.
Sure.
There's no such thing as, easy and great.
Sure.
It's like you have to choose one. And the great path is harder, but it will tell the best story when you're old. And honestly, you go back home and you tell all these freaking stories. Like, my stories are crazy now to my friends back at home. And they're like, holy shit, yeah, like, I need to move to Thailand. I've influenced a lot of people to
move.
Not to move, but to consider.
Okay.
And to actually visit here. And they're like, yeah, I want to live the life you're living there. I'm like, yeah, fuck.
Can you tell me one crazy story that you've shared?
Shit. I won't go too deep into this because it's not really a positive story. But in Asia, there's a lot of black magic. Do you know anything about black magic?
Like obia?
Like people casting spells on each other.
In Jamaica, we say obia.
Obia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's actually a lot of that
here,
especially in the outskirts of Thailand, like Laos, Burma.
Right.
So yeah, I'm not gonna go too deep in it, but I've experienced something with black magic, and I've never believed it.
But now you do.
But now I do.
Okay.
Because I've met, a lot of people really high up, monks and really highly spiritual people.
Yep.
So that's a crazy story that I would probably get into maybe on another podcast.
Sure.
But it's quite crazy.
Cool.
Traditional type of beliefs in like spirits and things like that. Yeah.
How are you a different person having moved to Bangkok?
Wow. I am not the same person for sure. I am a person that has, I guess, broken out of a shell, and now I see the world as like unlimited potential.
Cool.
Moving to Bangkok, I gave myself permission to dream bigger, right? Because once you give yourself permission to dream bigger, that's when things will start happening. Because you allow yourself to let the universe show you that you could really do anything.
Sure.
I never thought I would have 300,000 followers. Like, crazy, bro. You told me at 10,000 followers. 10,000 followers was like, hell yeah, mom. Like, my friends, like, look, I got 10,000 followers.
Sure.
Fucking crazy. 100,000 followers, like, oh my God. And then now it's just like, yeah, it's cool. Why not 1 million?
Sure.
Like, why not? Why not? Because, like, now that I've given myself permission to dream big, this country, my network, the resources here, the warmth, I feel like I'm in this place where I can just catapult.
Amazing.
And I don't think I would have ever had that feeling in Canada. Because it's like, it's too weird. You're too like, what are you doing, bro? You're like trying too hard.
Sure.
But here it's like, yeah, like all my friends are saying like, fuck yeah,
Keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's how I feel. It's really changed me.
My last question is, if your life was a postcard, tell me what the picture would be.
Holy shit. If my life was a postcard, what picture would it be? Oh, the first thing that comes to mind. I don't even have to think of it. It's me running in the rain with my daughter in my arms. Because 3 days ago it was raining.
Yeah.
And we didn't have an umbrella, and we were shopping. It was pouring. And it's like it's like 50 meters to my house.
Sure.
But it's pouring rain. She's like, Daddy, I want to run in the rain.
Oh,
and I was like, babe, we don't have an umbrella. And she just looked excited. I'm like, all right, we're gonna run in the rain, okay? Are you ready? And she's like so excited. So I picked her up. I have a video of it. I can show you after. It's so fun. And we're running, and she's like fucking thrilled. Like best time of her life. And so it would be a picture of me running through the streets of Bangkok in the rain with my daughter. And the lesson for me was like, we really take a lot of things for granted. Like what rain is to us, like such an inconvenience. To our child, it's like a fucking amusement park.
Yeah.
And if we don't, it's free. And we don't need, they don't need much.
Yeah.
So, I think we're all just children inside. And at some point of our lives, the adults told us to grow up. But like, I think, just appreciate the rain. And after this pod, I will show you the video. It's like super cute.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's my picture.
Thank you very much.